Vinland Saga Anime has officially received its third English dub by generative AI dubbing on Amazon Prime. The anime previously received two other English dubs by both Sentai Filmworks and VSI LA Netflix. Now guys, don't worry, there's some good news to this story. After this came out late yesterday, this update came out. Amazon Prime has removed the AI-generated English dubs for Banana Fish and other anime seemingly due to the intense backlash. The Latin American AI-generated dubs have not yet been removed. And for those that are wondering if Vinland Saga still has its AI dub, there was an update here as well from this Vinland Saga fan account saying that the AI-generated English dubs have also been removed from Vinland Saga. And for those that want more official confirmation, this is the, actual version of No Game No Life I used for my video a few days ago, and if you go to this option here to look, there is no AI generation at all for the audio. You cannot even select it, it's not even there. So basically, they completely removed the feature because, as you can see from this update, intense backlash. Now, at this time, from my understanding, Amazon has yet to make an official statement on the situation. All we can really go on is speculation, and I think the educated guess of intense backlash is, I think, probably accurate. I mean, there was a lot of people talking about it, like, just strictly in the anime space alone, pretty much everyone was talking about the AI dubbing. Everyone. Like, in the anime and manga space. People that love to watch anime were talking about it. Then you had, obviously, voice actors that have voice acted for some of these anime, like, for instance, No Game No Life, calling out the AI dubbing. It's like, you can't even be bothered to buy the licensing of the dub, which, I'll talk about that in a second, because that is actually kind of important. But then you also had the entire situation with, like, people outside of anime and manga that don't just strictly talk about anime and manga or their job is dedicated to anime and manga talking about. Like, you had Moist Critical commenting on the AI dubbing of, like, Banana Fish and also No Game No Life Zero. And so it showed that this issue definitely escalated. It became such a massive issue that Amazon clearly could not ignore it. The backlash was getting overwhelmingly intense. And so they more or less, they kind of removed it where you can no longer access the AI generated audio dubbing for certain, specific anime. Now, at this time, once again, Amazon has not given us, like, any form of update or confirmation if it's going to come back or not. I'm going to assume it will eventually, but I feel like more or less what this shows is that the world does not want to see AI dubbing, especially AI dubbing of this quality, which I'm going to play this clip, because this is what Amazon wanted you to shovel down your throat and accept and think this is A-okay. Like, I'm just going to play this clip from Banana Fish, and I think it just speaks volumes on just how soulless and how bad it actually is.
Skipper, no please! No, Skipper! Hey, stay with me! Come on, Skipper! Hey!
So, this is an emotional scene. A character is obviously mortally wounded, and the voice acting is from AI, obviously. There is literally just nothing. The voice tone shifts in the middle of talking with the other character, just trying to be emotional. There is, like, zero emotion. And I'm just gonna be honest. You could have picked a homeless guy off the street, and they would have done a better job than this. They would have at least put some soul into it, even if minimum soul. Like, you could probably pay the homeless guy, like, very low standard, and it still would have done a very good job, way better than whatever this is. And it really just goes to show the thought process that whoever with the go-ahead greenlit this dubbing for these different anime and just this entire project, they did it the most cost-effective way they possibly could. And at the end of the day, that's what businesses do. That's what companies will do. They will go the most cost-effective way that they can get away with. And in this case, they clearly couldn't get away with this type of quality. Nobody was going to accept this at all. Even those that actively defend AI voicing, or like voice acting and stuff, were against this. And I think that really just goes to show how bad of a job that Amazon actually did. They put no effort, no money, nothing into this, no budget. They just wanted to save as much money as possible. And I think the reason why they selected these anime, for instance, they selected Banana Fish and No Game No Life Zero, because in the grand scheme of things, they are niche. Like, yeah, No Game No Life is popular, a lot of people talk about it, but it's still niche, okay? It is niche. In comparison to a bunch of other stuff, it is niche. Banana Fish as well. I mean, don't quote me on this one, but I believe Banana Fish has never gotten an official English dub. Like, an actual dub from people. I don't think it ever has. And so the dubbing here is the first time you ever hear, like, an English dub for the series, but it's just AI generated. And you could just see the backlash to that alone. That's a huge amount of backlash there. But we got to get into the whole licensing thing, and I think this is a very good segue, because this voice actor talks about, like, how they voice acted in No Game No Life, and it's like, you know, this is a mockery of the work of No Game No Life. So why didn't Amazon get a license? So, for those that are unaware, No Game No Life does have an English dub. Like, the movie and stuff had a dub, and so for Amazon to go out of their way and do an AI-generated dub of the project, for instance, of this, it's curious. It's like, certainly the license to a very niche project isn't that expensive, but even if it is somewhat expensive, Amazon is a wealthy company, okay? Let's not kid ourselves. They are one of the wealthiest companies in the world, and when you factor in that they couldn't even afford, like, a niche anime series license, or they didn't feel bothered to, it showcased their priority, their quality control, and the amount of consideration they just have for anime in general. They don't care. They just want to make as much money as possible in the most cost-effective way. They are the very individuals that also are just trying to sink their teeth into the anime pie and make as much money off it as they can, and they don't care to actually honor the culture, or honor the content that they're actually getting a hold of. And that's more or less what's going on here, is that they have no regard or no care, not just for No Game No Life Zero, or Vinland Saga, or Banana Fish. They just don't care about anime. They're just trying to make money as simple and easy as they possibly can, and a lot of companies operate like this. I'm not saying Amazon is exclusively like this, but it's really obvious, especially when you just see how everything went down. And the fact that they couldn't be bothered to pick up an English license, which I doubt would have been that expensive, it really says a lot. But it doesn't just stop there. The whole situation with, like, Vinland Saga is even more damning. It really showcases the priorities, because this update right here even points that out, that there is 2 English dubs for Vinland Saga, one by Sentai Filmworks and one by Netflix. And even if Netflix wanted to be a butthead and didn't want to actually hand over the license, there's no way Sentai Filmworks wouldn't have operated with Amazon. I believe they've worked with them in the past. So it's just weird that they didn't want to get the licensing for the dub whatsoever on their platform. They just, once again, they really went the most cost-effective way they possibly could to save money or not spend anything whatsoever, which goes to show why it just sounds so horrendous to begin with. But obviously, we gotta go one step further. Personally, if you want to know what I think is going to happen after this whole event, I think Amazon is quietly going to go back to the meeting room, and they're going to discuss what they can do to get away with this again. And I feel like they realize they can't get away with this as easily as they thought, so they're going to go back, they're like going to look at their model or voice acting, or like voice model they were using for the AI, and they're probably going to upgrade it to the bare minimum specs that they can to sound passable. It's still going to sound horrendous, but I feel like that's probably what they're going to do. Most likely the next 6 to 12 months away from now, they might try this again. But for now, they're going to shelf it because they don't want to deal with the backlash. They're going to let things calm down. And also, they're probably assuming that as time passes on, more people are going to warm up to AI. Because this is an entirely different topic, completely separate from this video, but we've all seen it. AI is becoming heavily integrated into pretty much everything in terms of technology. To, like, going to a fast food restaurant, you'll have an actual AI taking your order. I have actually heard this. I'm not even joking. I've heard it at my local Taco Bell. I've heard it at my Arby's. They use AI now to take your orders, which is just ridiculous because, like, I'm in the middle of the country, okay? Like, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I'm having AI, okay? AI at the drive-thru window. That's crazy. And it's not even getting into, like, the search engines to algorithms using AI, obviously chatbots, all sorts of different stuff. AI is becoming more ingrained in, you know, society, if you like it or not. It's happening. And I feel like what Amazon's doing here is they're placing their bets, and they're assuming as more and more AI comes out and you can no longer shove it away, you're just gonna have to stomach it and accept it because there's nothing you can really do about it. I feel like that more or less is what Amazon will do. Now, will this allow Amazon to change course and at least try to be better with whatever model they're using? I don't know. I don't think so. No, this is Amazon. This is the same company that works with Twitch that allows all this other crazy stuff that happens on Twitch. So Amazon investing in money into something that, you know, actually would be a good product? No, they wouldn't do that. But, yeah, I want to talk about this. Like, there is good news, bad news, somewhat middle of the road news. I want to talk about this because this was an update to the evolving story that happened the other day, and a lot of you might be interested in it. But yeah, for those that are wanting to hate watch this, don't. I'm gonna say it, like, you can't now, but, like, don't hate watch this, just don't. Like, I know it can be funny maybe at parts, but do not support this, it's not good. This is literally Amazon crapping on the culture of anime and manga itself. Don't accept this. This is not okay for them to do. It's not just, like, even if you dislike the voice actors with English dubs and not, Amazon has no respect for the culture as well. They don't, and it's very obvious they don't. It's just the way they handled this entire situation, so just keep it like that. I just don't support this, don't hate watch this, because it's not a good idea. You don't want Amazon to think that they can get away with this. But I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment on the video. Helps with the algorithm. But, Chibi out.